love is the most commonly used and, if I may say, often abused word, because it starts with I love samosa to I love my children, everything. And I think it's very, very important to really dig deep and understand what love is all about, right? So today, we are going to look at the pedagogy of love, how love is an essential ingredient to everything that you cook and take to your classrooms. So if you take, the best lesson plan to class, and you take the best, teaching aids, but if you forget to carry love in your heart and a smile on your face, I don't think that you're going to have a great success in classroom, right? So let's discover what this really stands for. What we're going to look at today is, what love is. Okay, let's understand what love is and what it is not. Okay, and then why should I love as a teacher? Aren't there the parents back home who can love their children? We need to be able to teach them. So what is the need for me to love? And understanding, why love is very, very essential in our entire planning and constitution of the classroom. We will discover the power of love. We will discover how love can actually bring results. Therefore, let me put it this way, that love will transform you into a miracle worker from simply a worker, right? And we will discover what are the barriers to love and how we can infuse it in our life. So I love someone because their thought makes me smile. When I think of them, I smile. I know I love someone because their company is what I enjoy the most, right? I'd like to be with them, be around them all the time, because their happiness means a lot to me, right? Because I am ready to do anything for them, right? Because I don't think twice to take risks for them. So even if, I want to, be, let's say, organizing a great birthday party for them, and, it's very difficult traveling to other part of the world, bringing stuff, I just do it. I just do it because, remember the time we were young in teenage and we fell in love. And for that love, even if we knew it's past 9 o'clock, unsafe to step out of the door to go and meet the boyfriend, we took risks. We took risk because the love tugs at your heart. And that is what love is, right? So you take risks, you understand them, and you don't mind their flaws. So even if somebody is trying to show us, what, this is the problem with that guy, you'd say, no, I know, but he does this because la, 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 la. So you come from a place of understanding. You just refuse to accept their flaws, right? You're always hopeful and you're always positive about them, right? Think of that mother, when you're complaining to the mother about the child, she'll say, yeah, but he does it because la 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 la, and if you'll try like that, no, he will do, and if you do this, no, he will do. She's never giving up, right? So that's what love feels like. Now tell me, when you think about love in these terms, do we really mean when we often say, what, I teach because I love children? Do we really love children? Think about it. Do we really love the children in our classroom? Let's go back and see, will their thought make you smile? Is their company the one that you enjoy the most? Does their happiness mean everything to you? Are you ready to do anything for them? That if you get an idea at 6 in the evening and say, hey, if I do this, the kids will be so happy tomorrow, would you do it? Or would you say, no, it's 6, can't do it, forget, right? Would you take risks for them? Or would you say, no, let me just do what my supervisor wants, right? Let me just do what's mandatory and necessary. Do you understand them? Can you see beyond their behavior? Can you see beyond their flaws? Are you hopeful and positive about them? Ask yourself these questions and then answer, do we really love the children in our classroom? And I'm sure, maybe not. Maybe not as much, right? It's like saying, I love samosa and I love children. But if you really mean, I love children, It goes way, way, way deeper, and it can do miracles. And that's what we want to discover today. That's what we want to discuss. uh, you know Sometimes we think that maybe, is it my job to be loving kids so deeply? If I go around, mollycoddling these kids and, make them the center of my life, then will I be doing my job? I got a job to teach, right? And they have to learn. So maybe we should leave this loving shoving to the parents. Do you agree with me or not? Do you often wonder this? Right now, at this point, I think it's very, very important to understand uh, what love is, because sometimes we have notions about love and they may not be. That's not what love stands for. So let's look at what really love is not. Love is not giving in to every demand that the child makes. It's not, okay, if you want to do this, let's do this. If you want to do, that, it's not giving in. It's not giving up either. Right? And love is not this laissez-faire that, okay, do what you want, you have the freedom. That's not love. Love is not a pleasing spree that you go around, just trying to please kids and make them happy. It is not spineless that, that you have no identity, that you have no uh, firmness, right? So it's not timid, it's not weak. So love is not about mollycoddling, really. Love is not about coochie cooing the child and saying, oh, I love you, and, giving him hugs or pats or whatever. Love is far more than that. Dictionary defines love as a strong devotion to something or someone. Okay, it is warm affection, enthusiastic benevolence. When you say, I really want to do things for them, somebody said that, it's that enthusiastic benevolence, devotion. That's what love is. And love is presence. Love is, if I was to put the first word on top, it would be acceptance. Love is just accepting every individual for who they are. Now, accepting is different from approval. And we must remember that. When we accept someone, it doesn't mean that we approve of everything they do. We may not like a lot of things that they do, but we can still accept them for who they are. And we are going to explore that as we move forward. So love is connection. Love is listening. Listening is the bridge to connection. Love is an active concern for the loved one's well-being. Love is non-violence. And we're going to explore all of these in a little more detail towards the end. So let's remember that love is something more positive and deeper, okay, than just the outer expressions and just making someone happy. That's not what love is, right? In fact, they say, love is blind. I'm sure you have heard that. Love is blind. It is. It is supposed to be blind. Rumi has also said that love is the sea where intellect drowns. So you stop seeing reason. You actually rise above reason. And that's a beautiful place to be in. A lot of times, what stops us from loving people is logic, reason. And when you can transcend that, you begin to see. Now, let's look at it this way. When you fall in love, you suddenly see the angelic nature of the loved one. You say, nahi, wo bahut acha hai, wo bahut acha hai, wo bahut acha hai, right? Even if that person is actually let's say, crook, right? You refuse to see it. Now, you may say, oh, this is romantic illusion. But perhaps if you look at it from another angle, here is someone who begins to see the true nature of the other person. You begin to transcend the outer behavior, the programming of the person, and you begin to see the person, right? And we're going to talk about, in an individual, we have the person and his programming. And sometimes the programming could be bad. But that does not mean The person has a flaw. So when you have a tape recorder and you play a tape on that, right? When you play a tape on the tape recorder, then tape may be bad, it's playing bad music, or it's not playing well. But do you throw away the tape recorder because of that? No. You just change the tape, you change, or you reprogram the tape. You record something else on top of it, right? But in human relations, when a person has bad programming, let's say he has a bad behavior, a bad nature, a bad habit, okay, something that is not very pleasing and endearing, what we end up doing is throw away the person, throw away the tape recorder.